Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks family, what's good? What's going on, man? Knicks Real Talk, the night show. It's your man Divine, BX Jetty 76 in the building. We about to bring y'all some content for the night. Knicks Real Talk, the night show, man. What's up? Salute to everybody out there. Hope everybody doing well, man, and get ready, to chill and relax on it, or go out there, have some fun, be safe. COVID-19 still in the building, it's still in effect. Mask up, watch your hands, keep your distance. But we here, man, to talk to Knicks on the night off. Knicks don't have no game tonight. So me and BX gonna, have a show, bring some content and things of that nature, man. And we're gonna get it popping tonight, man. So I'm excited to be here. I know the BX is excited to be here, so we're gonna do that. But man, BX, what's up, my brother? What's popping tonight?
Good evening, Divine. Good evening to everyone out there in the chat, everyone enjoying this channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful night. And all, I want to give shout out to everyone. We're here to give you this counting. Salute, Will. I see you there. Thank you, my brother. I hope everything's going well with you. And we're here to talk Knicks. Let's get it. I'm giddy. The Knicks played our hometown Orlando Magic, where I'm from, and it was giddy. It was a personal game, and I enjoyed it. And I can't wait here to talk this platform with you, Divine, and bring this content to the people. So thank you, Laura, and let's get it.
Yeah. Salute Frank in the building. Salute Frank. We see you, my brother. We got City Real gonna be in on a check-in in a few. So we're just gonna get into it tonight, man. It's a pleasure being here. We're about to have some fun, cut up, talk some Knicks, man. We got some content to get into, man. So we're gonna get into it and things of that nature, man. So it's a good night, man. I hope everybody's out there, about to join the show, man. So we're just gonna keep it moving to this video, catch back up, man. Having technical difficulty, but we good though. We in the building. We're gonna get this thing popping, and let's see what this thing do, man. City, bring you into the fold too. Salute City for real on the check-in, man. Salute City, how you feeling, my brother?
Hey, I'm good, bro. My nerves is still shot from last night's game.
All right.
Man, they had me going crazy, man. My nerves was through the roof.
Yeah, man. It was up, man. It was a good game. It's gritty, crazy, grimy, all that good stuff, man. But we eked that win out, man. We back at 500. I'm excited about that, man. That was a real good win for us, man. You know what I mean? That just told me who we are as a team, man. I'm like I said, man, I got faith in the Knicks all day long. You know what I mean? But that was something, man. That was something to see. That was something to see, man. And I'm happy about that. I mean, so I think somebody got some in the background playing. Well, there you go. Yeah, man, but it was good, man. We ready to roll out, man. Like I said, Divine, Jedi 76, and City for real. We in here, man. We about to get into it, man. Hope everybody out there doing well. You know, take care of yourself, man. Have fun. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the ride. We just gonna cut it up tonight, man. I'm gonna have a good time talking Knicks. And, you know, that's what we do, man. So it's Knicks Real Talk. You know what I mean? It's the night show, man. We here, man, on a Friday night, you know, March 19th, 2021, man. We just chilling, man. You know, we got a couple of days off for the next today and Saturday, then we play Sunday. So we got a couple of days just to, you know, cut it up and talk Knicks because they're not playing in the next couple of days. But after that Orlando Magic game, man, that was something, fellas. I mean, yo, that was some good basketball for me, man. Just to see what we did and what we had. I liked that. I liked the grittiness and grindiness that we played with the other night. We just went out there and battled, you know what I mean, and left it all out on the floor. And much as I get all these cats, Reggie Bullock and Burks, I got to give y'all props. Even Frank the other night, man, they showed up for us, man. So that was good. So we just gonna get in. Let's get into that recap, man. You know, Jedi, what you think about that game the other night against Orlando, brother? That was crazy.
That game said what the coach is about. It took on the personality of the coach. Hard fought, hardworking, scrappy, get respect. And if you put the effort and put the time in, you're going to see the results. You get what you reap, what you sow. And that's what the Knicks did. They all that hard work and practice, all that movement, playing defense with their feet, moving around, getting the ball, not fouling, playing that smart ball, and that's the result of the win. We got to go with kudos to Julius Randle, something that hasn't been done since 1981 and 1982, with 3 assists, 3 triple-double games. You know, it's been over 40 years that we hadn't had a player in our team that do that. And these guys are balling. They're listening to tips. They're eating the system. And the results are showing, and they haven't gelled yet. They're going to get better. Reinforcement is coming with the bench or whatever, or trades or all that, and they're getting better. It's because decisions being in these close games. Ready for when they get into the playoffs. They're going to remember these games, what worked, what led them to succeed, and what the missed shots, and that's all they're all gonna get better because it's gonna. Oh, we've been here before. We've done this before. We played these close games. Let's do this. I know we did this. We do that. We listen to when coaches write up their plays. They're gonna know it's gonna work. They're gonna execute it because they've seen the results. Despite, granted that we lost those 2 games, but those are early in the stretch. But those are the 2 best teams in the Eastern Conference, 1 and 2. And they held their own, you know, and they were undermanned. It was next man up with no point guard. We had no point guard on our team yesterday. Regardless if you say Frank is a point guard, but he's really, we know that's another conversation where we know he's not an NBA starting point guard, and they had no point guard, and they went in there and they battled, and other guys picked up the slack as a point guard with Julius and RJ and Burks did as best as he can. You know, and he also was there doing his thing, and quickly next man up, and they could have folded and said we're injured. No, they fought, and they battled, and that's Tom Thibodeau changing the coach less than 50 games, and you know, and now they're having a winning mentality environment, you know, and that's what we strive for, and that's what we're getting, and we know that the sky is high for them, and they there's no limit to what they could succeed if they continue, and we know that they're going to get better, and it's going to happen, and I'm excited for that. Thank you.
City. What up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yeah. What do you think about that game the other night?
I want to just start it off by saying this, right? Yeah, I want to start it off by saying this, Kudos to Reggie Bullock for getting that steal, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kudos to him for doing that, because this game looked like it was turning into one of those games from last year where, you know, the Knicks is winning and then it just have a complete meltdown. But so shout out to Reggie Bullock for that. And shout out to Julius for having 7 assists in the first quarter, bro. I don't even remember the last time we had something like that happen. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I'm flabbergasted with that. That's something I will have to go back and look up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because when was the last time we had somebody have 7 assists in the first quarter? Like, you know what I mean? He ended up with the 18 or whatever, but we already know Burks is not. He played the point guard, but we already know he's not a point guard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Note the reason why he only had 2 assists on the night, which, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't blame him because we know he's a scorer. Like, you know what I mean? He's not.
Right.
He's not coming in the game to try to pass the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, unless there's like a specifically designed play, then he's looking to pass the ball. But otherwise, you know, he's looking for his shot. Like, you know, so kudos to the team for doing some of the things that we did without having point guard, like without having a true point guard anyways. But this is the reason why, you know, Tibbs says he likes the guys that we have because they're multi-positional players. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think our team, the way we're built right now, we need that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we need all of our multi-positional players. If somebody goes out, somebody goes down, yes, we definitely need another guy that can come in and fill and play both spots. Like, you know, whether it's point guard, off guard, like small forward. So, you know, we on the rise, man. We on the rise. We on the big things. So I can't wait for this next game. Sunday, right?
Yep, Sunday. Correct. Sunday.
Yes.
Yep, we got the Sixers.
Sixers
in the house.
Can't wait for it.
I'm looking for that revenge game, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, but that game that night, you know, and I just, you got to give credit where credit is due, man. Frank, he started shooting the bad, you know, shot the ball the first couple of shots, whatever. He didn't shoot good, he missed shot, but he still stayed confident. He took them, you know what I mean? And once he got the confidence, he knocked them down. You know what I mean? And that's all you can ask for. But Reggie Bullock, man, he showed me the Reggie Bullock that I've been wanting to see for the whole season. You know what I mean? I already knew the defense game was there, you know what I mean? But to see him shoot the tray ball like that, Alex Burks came through, Julius. I mean, you know, people can't sleep on that team, man. They do what they're doing with them players down. You know what I mean? And that's like any team in the association. If they down players, the next man got to step up. It ain't only the Knicks, it's every team. You know what I mean? But we really doing it, you know, with the guys that we have. Some of them weren't even in the rotation. You know what I mean? Well, Frank wasn't. You know, and for him to come in there, and Obi, you know, he haven't had the season you want, but he's still out there running around trying. You know what I mean? But you know, he bringing the energy at least if he not, you know, and it was good to see Kevin Knox the other night. I was glad to see Kev out there. You know, and I love Kev. I wish Kev could have flourished a little more in Panther, because I love Kevin Knox. That's my man. You know what I mean? And you know, just that, you know, I don't know what the situation called for, but it was good to see him, and it was good to see him out there, man. And, you know, and I was saying something in the chat the other day down on the MBK. Why I noticed that they always take Knox or Obi, run them to them corners. And sure enough, the first play of the game that they got in, they both ran to the corners. That's why I was trying to tell everybody Obi having that problem. The first play of the game, they ran Kevin Knox and Obi Toppin to that corner. To the corner. I'm like, come on, man. Now why you ain't trying to throw that boy in the post? You know what I mean? And let Knox work the wing. You throw him down there. You know what I mean? And let him try to get some. So it was like, and it just brought what I was my thought to fruition. I'm like, okay, you know, I know I'm speaking what I'm seeing. So when I see them do that against Orlando, that would trip me out. I'm like, damn, I just was saying that the other day, how they run into this corner, they don't get Obi the ball where he needed at. You know what I mean? Throw it down there in the post or give him a pick and pop. I'm like, nah, you got to run it to the 3-point corner like Kevin Knox. You know what I mean? So, but you know, that was one thing that just crossed my mind, and that's why I wanted to recap that, because I seen that the other night, and I was like, I was talking to some brothers on the panel about that earlier yesterday or whatever, about that same situation. Like, man, we was debating about Obi. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, you know, all they do is run them guys to the corner. And sure enough, it came up. You know what I mean? So, but you know, and other than that, man, from the game, that defense, man, that defense is where it's at. You know what I mean? New York Knicks defense is where it's at. You know what I mean? You cannot front on the way the time people got them boys playing basketball, man. I mean, they are literally, you know, going at it, man. You know, and they're 90-something points. Fourier was getting hot. They controlled Vucevic. Aaron Gordon had just an average game. So to see that defense do that with them balls players missing. Now, and not only, you know, for me was so crazy about that game. We knew we didn't have Derrick Rose. We knew we didn't have, but not to have Emmanuel quickly neither. You know what I mean? And to still win that game, I just think the Knicks are on the right course, bro. I really do. I just think they're on the right course. So, and that was the game recap, man. Just recapping that game. Them were some of the things I've seen, man. I just seen our defense, Reggie Bullock, and all them guys that normally don't give us the production that they gave us that night. They stepped up. Alex Bugs, they stepped up. You know what I mean? Frank stepped up, and I guess that's team basketball, man. So I'm happy about that, man. That was legit right there. But BX, man, what do you think? We got the last couple of 3 games left. I think Philly. And then we got 2 Washington games before the trading deadline. What do you think is going to pop off between the next 3 games, man? What you think?
The next 3 games are going to be a testament to the team again. We know that we're going to get reinforcement. Hopefully, Rhodes will be back, clear from his protocols, and hopefully, maybe we'll get a Payton back as well. Going and quickly, I think quickly was going to be out for like 4 or 5 games. I have a feeling that they're going to want him to rest that ankle because he runs around too much. He puts too much emphasis to cut and all. And I think Philly at home, we have to get our revenge, man. We have to go in there, play our game, and we can't let their sharpshooters go crazy. Someone's got to score for Philly, yes, but we could contain their superstars and continue that same defense. We're gonna get the good results because we're gonna have that home cooking. We're gonna have the crowd behind, the energy, and I like to see that. And we could actually be on a really long winning streak if we would have just hit some open shots. We would have been currently on a 4-game winning streak going into possibility trying to end up with a 7 with these games are at home and Washington. That they're up and down and they're really bad at the bottom of the association, the Eastern Conference, and we need to put that killer's mentality and knock them out. They're down for a reason, and let's go. They got good ballers there. They got Westbrook. They have a Beal that everybody loves Bradley Beal, but they're down right now and for a reason because they're not playing a team basketball game. They're not playing a team game. They're an individual players that they want to get their points and they want to get their stats, and we have to come in. I know Tibbs put their players in good position to win, and the coaching staff and the game plan, the execution, they're doing it and they continue. And I think this walk-off defensive stand is just going to motivate them. They're going to start gelling even more. Because you saw how they rated after that stop. It's like they hit a game winner. They were all excited. You could see that they pull for each other, and they're a consummation of a team because they really, really were really excited and going at it, and they were happy for both. They were happy. They knew that, okay, you know what? We may not be, he made that mistake with the getting tied up on a jump ball, but he came back and redeemed himself in manner that, wow, he won the game with that defensive stand. And I'm glad the refs let them play, man. Because, I'm glad they let them play. It was a clean block, but, sometimes they're quick to call a whistle. I'm glad they let them play. And one thing I want to say about that game, kudos to RJ Barrett. He's been holding all his opponents to under 40% of shooting. His man is brought up his defense. Not only his game is the scoring crowd, he's also brought up his defensive coverage. Man, RJ Barrett is coming complete under Tim Thibodeau. And the good thing is it's a little bit under the radar because what Randall's doing. But you know what? If these 2 guys are going in the up direction and they're excelling and they're rising and they're doing it at the right time at the second half. And I think RJ is a second half player and want that young rising going into a playoff like that, hungry and want to and wow and all eyes are going to be on you once you get playoff. Every market, everyone is seeing you. You're the featured game. You're not hidden on your national network. You're on the major big spotlight, and he's gonna elevate and he's gonna put his name on notice. That's the reason why he was the 3rd pick of the draft. And he could have been up there second. And he's gonna let everybody put that on notice. And he's a year away from being a complete 2-way player. A complete 2-way player, at least second or third all defense in NBA, and that's under Thibodeau. That's under his coaching and Payne and all the guys putting work with him. And you could tell that these guys, their results are there when they're working hard in practice. And I'm excited for that. And I know we're gonna win these next 3 games. They're very winnable. They're in our favor. The Knicks, all that they need to do when they come against Philadelphia, play hard and continue to execute the game. And they can't have any letdowns with Washington. They can't play down to the level of the competition. They need to continue playing their game. And I like the way they brought these top 2 Eastern Conference team to play their style of basketball. You're gonna play Knicks style basketball. We're not gonna. That's how it is. You're playing us. You're gonna play ours. You want to beat us. You got to beat us at our own game. and even if we come short, but we see the team play our game, and that shows a lot, and that's what got us going in this direction, and we know that it's gonna excel, and we're gonna see good results, and I'm really happy for that.
Yeah. City, what up, brother? What do you think, man? With these 3 games left, Philly and 2 in Washington. But the 2 at Washington coming on the Garden. Sorry, we got Philly 2 with Washington.
Yeah, listen, man. Listen, fellas. Listen, check it, man. I'm not worried about anybody, no team, man. Because this team has proven we showed and proved against top teams in the league that yes, we can hang with them even when we don't have any of our players. Like, you know what I'm saying? Any of our well, not Julius per se, but like, you know what I'm saying? We've showed the consistency that we can hang with the big boys on the block. So I'm not worried about Philly. With Philly, you know what we got to do? We got to play our game. We got to muck it up. We got to make them, right? We got to keep them from scoring, 110 points. We got to muck it up. Get on our nitty gritty defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody stays solid and we'll be all right. And then when we go to Washington, we're not a team, right? We are not a team that we're built to say, yeah, this is an automatic W. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just not how we're built. But we need to go in there not sleeping. Like, because those guys are going to come to play. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the game is to win. Those guys are going to come to play. Like, you know what I mean? And in order for us to get where we need to be and do the things that we need to do, that's a must-win game for us, I feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a must-win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we've only been on – our winning streaks have been, if I remember correctly, it's been 3. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we win 3 in a row, and then we'll lose 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then blah, 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 whatever. But now we get into the point where it's coming down to the come down to where if we want to, excuse me, if we want to jockey up, like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have to hit one of those 4 or 5 game win streaks, 5 or 6. Like, you know what I'm saying? Around that area to try to distance ourselves from the bottom of the barrel. Like, you know what I mean? Because right now we not. I'm not saying like we at the bottom of the barrel as far as like being in the standings, like, our record. But I mean, in the playoff contention, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all of these teams, we're all right there. So, like, we're like crabs in the basket. Like, you know what I'm saying? We go up 2, like, you know what I'm saying? And then we lose 1, then we drop down, and then this team wins, and then they go up. So, like, you know what I'm saying? We just gotta stick out a good win streak, and I think we'll be legit. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why it's important these next 3 games. To me, they all winnable. Like I said, Washington got to come to play us twice. You know what I mean? And I know they got, like you said, Westbrook and Beal. But Westbrook and Beal ain't 5 guys. They're not 7 guys. They're not 10 guys. They're 2 guys. You know what I mean? And basketball is a team sport. You know what I mean? And so regardless of how good them 2 are, you still have some more players that just as good, because when you play our team, that was the problem with Kyrie, Bradley Beal, and Russell Westbrook. That's no different than James Harden and Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? There's 4 superstars. So we done been there already. And the thing about Brooklyn, they got a better team than Westbrook and them. So if we gonna go toe to toe with Brooklyn, then people gotta understand. And we best to go in here and not only go toe to toe, beat these dudes. You know what I mean? And we got people coming back. If Derrick Rose get back Sunday, there's just a prediction. I'm predicting
he's supposed to be back Sunday.
Because I think he'll be back. I think he done cleared protocol. He was, I think he was. That's why he was at the game with the mask on. He was amongst the players. I cannot see him probably not playing Sunday. Because I think Tom Thibodeau is a winner. He want to win. Tom Thibodeau, he know he got to preserve, but I think he know how important these games are. You know what I mean? And like BX said the other night, BX everybody lost that was battling us. You know what I mean? All the teams who was in contention with us lost the other night. So and so we got to get on that winning streak, like you said, City. The more we win, the better it is for us. 'Cause a lot of them teams they run up against like Atlanta Hawks got to go on the West Coast. Tough games out there. They going on the West Coast. You know what I mean? You got other teams that's Indiana playing a couple of good teams. So everybody's like battling each other. You know what I mean? And so we got a good chance to take advantage of that if we can pull these next 3 home wins off. That'd be nice. 20, 24, and 21. What?
And we're at home, and we have to show our home dominance. If we want to be a home playoff team, we need to show our home dominance. We need to have home dominance. We want to make the playoffs at any point, and we have to show that it's not going to be easy to come into the Garden. You're not going to come in here and win. We have to show that, and that's what's going to make us a winning team, a winning organization. You can't come into the Garden and just think it's going to be an easy win. You're going to come here, and it's going to the narrative, the atmosphere, the culture has changed in New York, and that's why we have these next 3 home games before we go to Milwaukee to play the Bucks. And I think we need to show our dominance at home. We need to be a dominant team. We never show it in the second half. So like that. Teams are like, whoa, the Knicks are for real. We got to make sure that we go get them. We got to bring our A game, because it's not, we're going to have the B game and we'll win. And the Knicks are proving that. And that's why it's important, these home games, these next home games. That's what Tom Thibodeau's got to say. Just because, we at home, we have to show our dominance. We need to play our game, and the reinforcements are coming. Mitch, he says he's ready to go contact. He's been, cleared for contact. And let's get it. Let's see if he's ready to come in here and ready to go. We could use him. Surely need him. We could use that presence in the middle to dominate the paint and get the offensive rebounds. That's one thing that's been missing. Noel and Tosh has done a good job, but we're missing that offensive rebound, that dominance on the glass on the offense as well. Not just defensively, because the Knicks play a good defensive. They're a good defensive team rebounding team. They're very good. But man, we like that offensive glass too, because like you said, we get frustrated that these guys missing shots, but the Knicks are shooting. They're rising in the standings and shooting in the percentage. And granted, they're not the Golden State Warriors, because the Golden State Warriors take more attempts. And the Knicks don't do a lot of attempts, but if you break it down in percentage, they're not that bad. As much as we complain and we scream about Bullock and Burks and company, and they're shooting well. They're shooting well from the 3. Granted, we wanted them to show it more, but that's the new NBA. Everybody wants to be the new NBA with the shooting from the wings and 3-point shooting, and sometimes you got to stick with basic. With deep, and the Knicks are showing it: defense, rebounding, team defense. And moving the ball around and high assists and no turnovers. That's winning the formula in all sports. Defense always wins on all team sports, and that's what we have going on in the Knicks land.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. Knicks Real Talk, the night show, man. It's your man Divine, man. BX Jedi 76. We got City for real in here with us, man. And we just, cutting us some content, man, and doing our thing, man. Prince the Bum, brother. Prince, I see you. Appreciate you, brother, for checking in on the chat, man. We got my man, the Prince, one of our NBK family members in here, man. Salute, my brother. You know what I mean? And but yeah, you know what, man? Coming into this playoff push, it'll be interesting, man. It's time to lock it down now, because, like we said, we about to head into this last half, the rest of the season, man. After the trading deadline, everybody about to saddle up, jockey up, get in that position, man. Because everybody about to go make it happen. So this is that time to see. You love to be a basketball fan, man, and you definitely you can see that this time of year, it's amazing. It's amazing, and I think it's a beautiful thing, man. Let me send the brother Prince this link. But yeah, it's a beautiful time, man, to do what we're doing and to be a Knicks fan right now. So we just want to keep pushing this playoff push, man. Get in the right position, like you. I agree. I want to be between 5th, because I think I think we can avoid the powerhouses in the first round, then we can deal with them in the second round. You know what I mean? And so if we can get that 5th or 6th spot,
correct.
you know what I mean? And and get the thing popping, man, I think we look good, man. Like I said, right now we 7th. A lot of Charlotte played the Lakers last night. They lost. Charlotte got to play the Clippers. You know what I mean? Atlanta about to go on that West Coast trip. You know what I mean? And Boston doing what they're doing. So them the teams that like Miami, they play Indiana. So that's a whatever. But I think we're in a good spot, man. I just think we just gotta these next games. New York Knicks can be one of the most important 3 games of the season to me. You know what I mean? If we can go in there and capitalize off three games, man, get that revenge games against Philly and do something with Washington, I think we right where we need to be. We 3 games over 500, 24 and 21. And we probably got a good. Now we probably separate ourselves from the eighth down to the 10th. You know what I mean? The 8th to the 15th. I think we done separate ourselves. We get these 3 games at home, and if we could pull that off, man, and trading deadline pass, everybody nerves on countdown because we know who ain't going, who leaving. The guys know that they still going to be on the team, so they nerves is kind of okay. Let me get back to earth. I'm still a Knick. You know what I mean? So I can get my mind off all the trade chat and all that, and what's going to happen, and just focus on basketball. I just think this is the way to go, man. I really do. I just think we on to something. So this is going to be this playoff push for me the next 3 games. I mean, it tells us a lot about who we are, the team, man. Because we are a resilient team, and nobody cannot tell me that Knicks been resilient all year. You lose 2 games to Philly and Brooklyn. And you come back and fight and scrap not to lose 3 in a row, and you pull that thing off. If that ain't what resiliency means, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? So, to see that, man, I was excited about that, to see them, to show that resiliency, man, and it helps out, man. But these next 3 games is tough, man. Show you what you think about this playoff push coming up. We got these next 3 games, man. I think they're important. What you think?
Must win, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, we need to win these games to separate ourselves from other teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to be one of those teams, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to like play in and all of that types of stuff. Nah. But if we fall down to that, and that's what happens, and that's what happens. But we don't want to be that. We want to solidify our spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do the things that we need to do to secure, like, you know what I'm saying, to secure our spot. Like, you know what I'm saying, to where we know for sure, like, all right, we the 5th seed or we the 6th seed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just really need to go on a win streak to break away, to create some separation. And I'm pretty sure, man, you already know. I always say it. Tibbs always says the games keep coming. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's going to happen. But we just got to take them one by one. Like, you know what I mean? And if we play our basketball, play our style of basketball, get some guys back to make it easier on the team to where they don't have to play so hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it just looks, but all of the players that we're missing, these guys are playing heavy. Like, you know what I'm saying? They playing hard. And I give a shout out to Coach Tibbs for having those guys prepared and ready to come in the game, even when, they ain't really been getting any minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So we'll
Correct.
this playoff push, man, is going to be
real quick.
interesting.
I just want to give.
Yeah, man. It's definitely
Boston is trailing. Right now, Boston is trailing in Sacramento. You got the Pacers up on the Heat right now by 9, and that's in the early stage of the second quarter. You also got the Bulls play the Nuggets out in the West Coast. So these teams that are behind us, like you were saying, they're all on the West Coast and they're on the grind. And, they also got tough challenges ahead of them. Even though we should worry about our team and not worry about everyone around us, but it's getting close. There's only 30 games left in the season. And now is the time, we're going to be scoreboard watching and checking out what other teams are doing and all that stuff. So it's helping. We're at home now, these things, and everyone, all the either ahead of us or right next to us are on the road. And we got to take advantage of and capitalize our situation. and all that. And yeah, absolutely, you know. And I know now that the trading deadline's coming up. We can hear the trade deadline, Devon. What do you? I'd love to hear your take on the trading deadline. What's your wish list in the perfect world with Knicks? If you were running the organization, Leon Rose, put your Leon Rose hat on and tell me what you'd like to see on this team.
Oh man, yeah, brother. You know me already. I'm looking for the. I'm looking for the 3-team trade between Houston and Orlando for Oladipo. From an economic standpoint, from a business standpoint, from a player standpoint, and he would not mess up the chemistry. You know what I mean? Because he's not coming here trying to be the man. He just got to get in and fit in with RJ Barrett and Julius Randle. He ain't got to try to outshine them. He ain't got to try to outdo him. He just got to get in here and be that third piece that's gonna get us consistent ball play, and I think that's what it do. So that's from that perspective. I think it makes sense from if you want to go for something now, and if you want to go to something now, and you're able to not give up the farm per se. That's one way I go. The other route, obviously we want the lack of being in the Bills, but you know that's far fetched. That's out of reach, I think. But real quick, hold that thought. Salute Prince the Bun. That's my man. He's in the building. Salute Prince the Bun on the panel, man. Welcome, my brother. Been waiting for you for a minute, but you're here. You're here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, feels good to be a Knick, bro. Feels good to be a Knick.
Yes.
Salute the panel, my boy City. You know what I'm saying? What's up, brother? You know what I'm saying? Welcome in.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I missed the show last night, but that was a heck of a win. That like our identity is unfolding, man. Game after game after game, man. I'm sorry to come in and hijack, the content, but I was ecstatic, bro. I was super happy after yesterday. That was a heck of a game.
Yes, it was, man. That was a side note. I didn't get on NBK last night either. But man, I tell you what, though, that the Knicks showed me why we call them the New York City Gritty Committee. That's what they showed me, straight up.
I love your nickname. I love that nickname.
Yeah, man. That New York City Gritty Committee is legit because what Reggie Bullock did in our last play, that was real. That was real. I mean, so I was excited about that, man, and we was going through it, man, and let me let y'all know we were just talking about trade ideas and scenarios. This is the Zach LaVine man right here.
Yes,
Prince
sir.
The Bun is the Zach LaVine man. So when
out there
we
talking that real talk, if you want to hear some real talk, that real talk, me and my boy Divine, we've been preaching this, we've been speaking into existence. Hopefully, the boy Leon Rose and James Dolan, they can figure something out, man, and they can get that, free that boy Zach LaVine because he fit like I just was hearing Unc say earlier. I like Oladipo definitely because he would be a seamless upgrade for us. But I think, the home run trade would be Zach LaVine because, again, even if we did give up maybe a couple assets and, we might have to give up a young player, I would be willing to do it for a 25-year-old guy who's walking into his prime, and we're going to be able to watch him in New York for the next 5, 7, 8, 10 years, So if we can do that, I would love Zach LaVine. But like you said, I wouldn't mind the Oladipo trade. I think that's a safe one, especially if all we got to do is give up a couple second rounds and maybe like a Austin Rivers or a Elfrid Payton, something like that. I'm definitely with that trade. I would take it.
Yes. BX, man, what you think, man? What you looking at? I know we talked about a couple of things, man. We had a couple of things out there, and what you leaning at right now?
Me personally, my wish list, I like Alonzo Ball. I want Alonzo Ball. I want to trade for him now. I don't want to wait for the restriction where he's a restricted free agent, and I want his bird rights in case we need to match. And I don't want to sign him to a sheet and trade him to the Pelicans. Let's try to get him now. He's young. He's high assist guy. LaVine, I like it too. I'm not gonna, but I don't see him, the Bulls really realistically trading him to the Knicks. He's like, he's their franchise player now. He's their cornerstone. They're gonna give him, all that to him as much as we want him. But I'm having a hard time seeing prying him out. Lonzo said because Pelicans don't want to pay the luxury tax. And now his father came out and said that he doesn't want to be there. He hates being in New Orleans. Now there's disgruntledness and bitterness and anger, and you have young guy in Zion. Now's the time to attack. Don't let the Clippers jump in. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
That's marketing. Yes, it is. It is marketing.
That's LeVar trying to make sure that his son goes somewhere quick, because I mean it's inevitable. I think, like you said, D, I think it's definitely inevitable. I just think that, much like you said about Chicago wanting to build around Zach, the thing, my always rebuttal to that is does Zach really want to be in Chicago? Because again, he wasn't really drafted in Chicago. He was traded to Chicago as a rookie. So, you got to really look at the proof of the pudding on the wall. I don't think they're in the playoff push right now. I know that was his big chip on his shoulder. Some the same thing Julius did, and not to say that would make him want to quit on Chicago, but if you really look at the construct of their team, what they're doing this season, it looks like they're going to be another lottery team. So much like you said about Lonzo in New Orleans not really having a real future down there. I could see Zach seeing himself not really having a future in Chicago, because I don't know if I would want to spend my prime in Chicago playing with that regime. I don't know if they've done enough to prove to him that it's worth his time. Just like like how we got to prove to Julius next summer, the same way they got to prove to him. I think we proved to Julius why Julius would sign a max offer with us, where I don't think Zach signs a max with them next year. Much like you said, not saying that they would truly want to trade him, but like my mom used to always say, you gotta skit or get off the pot. And I think it's time for Chicago. They might have to skit, because I don't think Zach LaVine really wants to stay around there. But I would love Lonzo, and that's what I want to big you up on that. I would love Lonzo. Lonzo would definitely bring something that we don't have. Just a point guard, a real point guard, and then just the way he's been shooting the ball, playing off ball. I think he would fit this team amazingly well. What scares me, or what I wanted to ask you, D, was what would you give up? What would you give up to get Lonzo?
I definitely.
I would say we could give up a first round pick. I would give up a first round pick and maybe a player, so they could get Alfred Payne and they could waive him, and because they're looking to get under the salary cap and give up. I'll do the first round pick. But my reason why I'll do the first round pick, because Lonzo Ball is already NBA ready. He's a point guard who's ready, who knows how to read the floor. He knows how to distribute. He knows how to shoot. And we're not going to go with a growing pain if we're bringing a rookie player in. And we're going to have a growing pain. We're this right now, the playoffs. And we got Julius Randle. We have RJ Barrett excelling. And you want to bring a rookie in here, and we don't know if he's going to take a digress. Might go through the growing pains that Obi Toppin is going through. And he's here, and he's already going. And LaVine, I don't, be honest with you, is he a high assist point guard? Because we have the NBA, and we need shooters, point guard and wing.
Actually, Zach, he's a two guard, but he just facilitated a lot more, because the same thing with in Chicago is the same thing we have, same problem we have. They ain't got no point guard. So he's been their main facilitator for them, but he's been doing fairly good this year. I think he's averaging about 4 or 5 assists in his role this year. But in years prior, he's always just been a slasher scorer. But I think his game is growing and progressing more and more as we see him. But again, I like you said, if it was me, honestly, I would love to do both. You know what I'm saying? Like Divine has been a advocate of this too. Like, if we could pull off 2 trades, because I really believe, like you said, I believe we need a point guard, but I think we need a closer too. Now, again, it would be awesome if we can get one in the same, but we don't know too many point guard closers that, we can get right now. So right now, like you said, I was a first round and giving up. I think you could do that because especially if, like they said, if the Drummond rumors are serious, or somebody else where Mitch could be expendable, it makes that scenario so much more valuable, because if you give Chicago Mitch, you send Chicago Mitch, Obi, a first round, our first round, one of Dallas first rounds, and then you send them a second round. That, I think that package would get Zach LaVine. Then you send New Orleans, you send them Dallas.
If we do that packages, and Chicago's going to want us to take Orders Porter back, because we kind of need a point guard if we're going to forward.
I would take Markkanen if that's the bargaining chip. I would take Markkanen or Thaddeus if that's the case. If they would make me do that.
Yeah, I like Thaddeus Young.
Yeah, I would take that. I would take that or Lurie. I think they would probably do Lurie because they would want us to eat his money because we got that $17 million. So I could see them probably wanting. I see where you're going with that. So I could see that happening. But if anything, I think the better bargaining chip would be, like you said, taking in taking Thad and him. That would put us bring in Thad, LaVine, and your boy Lonzo. To me, that would easily put us at third best team in the East. Like with a lineup like that, we would easily be second, third best team in the East. Those three players would make us that much more. Would you call them up? Gritty nitty committee.
New York City Gritty Committee.
New York City Gritty Committee. Bro, we would be gritty. Because Thad would bring a lot of help to that forward position, especially if we lose Obi. He could back up Julius, and then you got LaVine, and then we could plug Lonzo in the starting lineup, and then leave Derrick Rose in the second unit. I would that would reform our team, and then if we could keep our next year's pick, that would be something I would want to do. Maybe giving Chicago a future first rounder from us, but I think I would want to keep our first round pick this year. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be a lottery anyway, obviously. But I think that would be our best case trade scenario right there, where we use assets. Would be
okay. So what you think, City? What you thinking, brother?
I was gonna say, do you think you guys feel like, so if we do make a move, I don't think we make two trades. I think if we make a move, we're gonna make a move for one guy and get the other guy in the off season. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna need to we're gonna need to save some of those assets just for the off season to see what, you know what I'm saying? To see what's out there, so that way when we do start moving pieces, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be something big, you know what I'm saying, But we're gonna go after. We're gonna go after the middle fish. You know what I'm saying? Chop that up on the off season.
Sim boy Terrence Ross. He loved him some Terrence Ross, and I don't mind Terrence Ross either. Especially if we can get him for something cheap, like a second round, or maybe a second round in Austin Rivers or something like that. I'm with it, but like you said, City, I think those two trades, even though they seem like two blockbuster trades, I think they're simple trades, especially if New Orleans will give him up for just a first and a potential player so that they could waive. I think that's worth it for Lonzo. And then for us giving up 2 firsts for LaVine and a second, and maybe, like I said, I'm not saying definitely give up Mitch, because honestly I would want to keep Mitch, especially if we want to push in the playoffs. but Obi definitely would be in the trade package. I'm definitely putting Obi in the trade package.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Yeah, definitely. Because again, that way we don't have to give up. That way we can keep our this year's draft pick. Because if we don't give up Obi, we're gonna have to give up this year's draft pick.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
No,
that's exactly you got to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like me and OG said, I'm willing to wager Obi's future on Zach LaVine because I think Zach LaVine.
Why I would do that? Obi Toppin is what he is who Zach LaVine is who he want to be. You know what I'm saying? Obi Toppin want to be that. I mean, I'm just being realistic. He would love to have a career like that dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
My man. What I love about and we get to let somebody else talk about this here. The reason why I'm high on Zach LaVine is because of what he's been through. You know what I mean? The man had a major injury, fought back. That's character to me. You need players who go through something like that, man, and don't say, you know what, I'm gonna close, I'm gonna fold. Either go hard or go home. He went hard. He came back, bounced off that knee injury, that massive injury he had, and he producing like crazy. And like I said, the 2 first-round picks for him, and a second, and a player whoever to make, as long as not, if we can hold on to Mitch. That's fine because that way we got Mitch filling that void that we need. But if it is Obi Toppin, and I love Obi, but I couldn't pass up LaVine for nobody on our roster other than I would not pass up LaVine for nobody other than Julius Randle or RJ in a sense. Let's hypothetically say that because you want them 3 people to be your pieces.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, man.
You know me, I was like, shit, we could. I mean, excuse my language. I was like, we could ship RJ for LaVine head up, but you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we would definitely want to keep a three-headed monster. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But we would want to keep three good players, and that would be a good nucleus because you got RJ at 21, Julius at 25, Zach LaVine at 25. Like, man, we would be set. But because the thing, like I said, we see Oladipo definitely won't be the Oladipo of old. That's the one thing, like you said, when people always, and when we bring that up, a lot of people love to use that, use that as a knock on LaVine. Oh, well, he had 2 catastrophic injuries. Yeah, he did. But as you can see, he's got better after those catastrophic injuries. So again, and that's what I was gonna say. My narrative too about just what he's given Chicago for what, like you said, for him to fight back from those injuries, not soak himself on the bench or just wait till his contract was up. Like no, he bust his butt, got back on the court, earned it. You know what I'm saying? And he doing what he can for Chicago. But I just think, I just pray that he understands that basketball ain't promised, especially after having those injuries. And I want to go somewhere where I could fight for a real playoff push. And as you see, we in the playoffs. Chicago is nowhere near the playoffs. So, that's why I would hope that over the next, what we got?
Right.
We got a week. I might have to jump on Twitter tonight.
Hey, BX had a good trade. I love this trade. BX was talking about Rudy Gay. And you know what, man? If you can't make a major move, I love BX when you brought that Rudy Gay thing about. I love a veteran like that. Him, Todd Gibson, and Derrick Rose. Rudy Gay got game. You know what I mean? He on the aspiring. He's been around the league in a place where the best dog. Him and Carmelo used to go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we talked about that trade the other night, BX, I was like, you know what? That makes some sense, man. But BX, well, let me ask you a question. What do you think about that 3-team trade with Houston, New York, and Atlanta that we were talking about? You still think that can come into fruition?
It could happen. We were talking about a scenario where the Knicks get Victor Oladipo, Orlando ships up, Aaron Gordon, and we were going to throw a couple picks there, and we're going to probably end up but Orlando will do get a chance with Oladipo, but it makes it redundant because it's the same kind of player, and Ross or Oladipo, and then turn around. So it's like a redundant thing, but if you can get Orlando involved and send Orlando a pick or Houston, they want to have salary cap and they want to the full rebuild, and also Orlando don't want to stay in Orlando. And I know Orlando won't trade Gordon directly to us, and I don't think he fits us either. And that scenario with Oladipo here, it's a rental on a prove me deal. It's like a poor man version of Zach LaVine. I think LaVine trade is going to be an off-season deal. I don't think it will happen in the mid-season. Chicago, and they're still playoff. The top 10 are in the playoffs, and they're ninth. They're not going to go nowhere, but they could say, you know what, they could, tell him we'll try and we'll promise you. But that's something that I see happening in the offseason. They could go hard with that, and right now, and LaVine right now in the current Knicks roster right now, it's a luxury. It's not a necessity. We need to trade for a necessity, and we need, because he fit the wing, but his price is too rich to me for what Knicks is going right now. I think, granted, I'm on board with you. I'm not saying no.
The one thing I think my only rebuttal to that DX would be is that I think his skill set is a need for us, because again, even when we get in those close games, like, I'm pretty sure you done seen them, DX, where like one or two buckets in that last 3-minute stretch would have helped us win 6 games this season. You know what I'm saying? If we have one guy outside of Julius or RJ who could make their own shot in the last 3 minutes of a game, just somebody who could steward the ship, as I always say, you know what I'm saying? Or steady the ship, as I always say. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I hear what you're saying as far as him being a luxury, because he would be, but I think he does fit that emphasis of need, because we desperately need a closer. Even though Julius is the catalyst, he's, as you can say, he's going into the Patrick Ewing of our team. But you still need you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that guy to close, and we just need a closer right now. And I think if we want to be elite, if we want to be an elite team, as we can see, you need guys who can in a, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, in 30 seconds can score 12 points without even a bat of an eye. You know what I'm saying? And Zach LaVine is that type of dude. But again, I'm not selling that point guard position. Excuse me, and Lonzo short, because again, I really believe Lonzo would bring Lonzo with LaVine, because much like you said, that's something that Chicago wants to do. Chicago wants to bring Lonzo to Chicago to play with LaVine. So again, if we could beat them to the punch and we set up our own 4-headed monster, in RJ, LaVine, Lonzo, and you know what I'm saying, freaking Julius, we got a hell of a nucleus for the next 5 to 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't even got to worry about draft picks with a lineup like that. That's where you don't have to shoot for lottery picks. You can develop Kevin Knox. You develop Frank Ntilikina, whoever the kid is that we draft this year. You develop him. You pick up a G League cat and you develop him. And you rock with that lineup, that 12, 13 man lineup that Thibodeau want to run with.
Yeah, that's a tough. It is a tough team.
We already beat Rob that much.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all know that, right? Because I can tell you right now.
Say again, City?
You call up Lonzo right now and say, "Hey, bro, let me ask you a question. You want to go to Chicago? Or you coming to New York?" I guarantee you, he's saying this.
I think
I'm
so
wearing
too.
that orange and blue. Let's go.
Because and that's why I said when DX said that earlier, that's Paul just doing his marketing. He already know what it is. He want Lonzo in New York. He see what Thibodeau doing. He know Lonzo is finally a real shooter. He know Lonzo would only open up our offense. That means you could take the ball out of RJ hands totally, and not saying that in a bad way. Because now RJ can truly play off ball. He can slip back door. He can get wide open shots, because now you letting Lonzo run the show. You got Zach LaVine cutting, and who you gonna double team? Who can you double team? You can't double team Lonzo. I mean, you can't double team LaVine, because now Julius got a mismatch down low. And if somebody help off of Julius, which means it's gonna be Mitch, man, at the 5, Mitch got a wide open dunk. And then, on the backside, you got now you still got Lonzo, who a pretty good shooter. What Lonzo shooting 37% this season, 35%.
He elevated,
like you said,
39%. He elevated.
I think, like you said, I think that's one of them.
I'm watching his stats on that.
Yeah. I mean, what you say? I'm watching it right now. Yeah. Like you said, CD, I think that's one of them. If they want to make that splash, like DX said, if they want to go quiet, but if they want to make the splash, if I'm Worldwide West, like you said, I'm making that call. Like Lonzo, bro, you want to come to New York? If I can get Levine to come with you, you know what I'm saying? If we can get Levine here, bro, New York could be on fire. I'm telling you. Like Unc been saying since game 2. Hey, New York gonna be on fire, bro. We gonna be on fire. If them 2 trades happen this week, NBA better be ready. They better be ready, baby. They better be ready.
Yeah. It's gonna be on the topic. But you know what? Like, listen, we're gonna get into this. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, BX.
I was gonna say real quick, since we're on the trade, what if you think if we didn't get Levine, and would you be satisfied with this time? We might lose Mitch Robinson. We'll get a Miles Turner, Lonzo Ball, Randall, RJ, and maybe you get a Rudy Gay going to a playoff in a weak Eastern Conference.
What?
That's a nice.
Rudy Gay would definitely bring a little bit more veteran savviness to the team. I would definitely love somebody like him, even if it is for the next 30 games and whatever, we can have him for a playoff push. He wouldn't be bad. It just would depend on what we would have to give up for him. You know what I'm saying? But I would love that. Evan Turner, the Evan Turner trade, I don't know if because again, I know Sim talked about this, are you guys talking about giving up Mitch in that trade, or are we just talking about getting him via, trade assets?
No, I would try to get, Mitch did his on a tweet. I mean, I'm making we wanted to run the offense. He had a displeasure. He quickly erased it. I don't know if you recall that. They made a big deal about it, that he was a little happy when they went on that West Coast swing. He was a little unhappy with that, and he wants to get paid and it will work because Indiana wants to shed money, and they got 2 players in the same clogging the lane in Sabonis as well as Turner, and Mitch doesn't really need the ball, and he only getting paid $1.9 million. They'll save money. It's a business. NBA is run as a business, as they could save money, and they want to cut costs. And then those small market teams are looking to do that. That's why Rudy Gay could be had for a 2nd-round pick, because he's an expiring contract at the end of the year. And San Antonio is going in a rebuild youth, and they're trying to set up Vicky Hammond with the team, with all the players. I have a friend that's a San Antonio Spurs fan, and he always tells me about them, and we talk about it. That's why I know about the temperature. And he brought up that Rudy Gay trade to me, and I go, it makes sense. Rudy Gay only making $10 million, and that expires at the end of the year. So all those type of scenarios, those are the under the radar trades that could be done. No, that could be done in this trade market.
I'm not knocking none of them trades. Real quick, Unc, before you change the page. I was laughing at myself because I thought about this before, and I was like, we would trade Evan Turner for Mitch, and Mitch would go to Indiana, and with when my boy come back next year, Karis LeVert, and then with Sabonis, they might be.
He back
what
now.
You said, they might be dangerous.
He's back.
Indiana might be dangerous, man.
He's back now.
Is he back?
My man is back already.
Okay.
Yeah, he played the other night. He had 30.
Yeah, that's why if you make a trade, you trade out of the East. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna make a trade like that, like if we get rid of Mitch,
I don't want to see Mitch again, bro.
Send him like all the way to the West Coast. Like, send him to somewhere where we only gotta pay him twice.
Trade him for somebody like, I trade him to the Thunder. I trade him to the Thunder or something. Like, I don't want to see you, dude. I do not want to see Mitch. What's that? 8 games? 8 games a season?
I think Tom Thibodeau love. I think Tom Thibodeau love his game. I think so too. Tom Thibodeau is he's a defense coach, and You can't get a better defensive ball player than that. I mean, you can't. I'm just saying he fits with he. You know what? Tom Thibodeau didn't know these guys when he first got there. To me, he never knew them. Never. He might have seen them in videos, but now that he's getting to know these guys, he see what they made of. Now he see what he got. You know what I mean? I think he know people like Mr. Robinson is man. Yo, that's one of a kind right there. Yo, I mean, I understand his offense game idea, but Tom Thibodeau is a defense coach. You know what I mean? That's a defense ball player. And that's the only reason Frank is still here. If Tom Thibodeau was a defense coach, Frank wouldn't be here. No question in my mind, he would be here. You know what I mean?
That's one truth. That's the one truth. Well, not one truth, but that is a very true truth. It's just that because again, who knows? Because if we would have got somebody like your boy from New Jersey, shoot, they might, like you said, we might have traded Frank by now because they might have wanted, you know, they might have felt like they wanted more offense. So you ain't never lied. Tom Thibodeau, and especially I seen that article on Twitter where they talking about Frank is positioned to be a cog for the Knicks in the future. And I'm like, he been a cog. He just, you know, everybody just been hating on the kid because he ain't been an offensive juggernaut. But the kid has been something that we all seen. Frank can play 1, 2, and 3 with no problems. No problems.
Right.
So again, somebody who is that versatile, they worth something. Just like how we talking about like how everybody love, and I gotta give my boy some props, Knox, because I know he played good the other night. Tibbs gave him some love. But again, a guy like Knox shooting 37%, 6'9", 6'10", trust me, you got a job in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this about Knox. Let me ask you this about Knox, and since we don't want it, like Divine said, riding on the pine, and it's not going to happen. It's just a scenario. Would you trade Knox or maybe an Aquila for Spencer Dinwiddie to the Brooklyn Nets?
No, because I hate Spencer Dinwiddie, and he's not. He's definitely an anti-Knick. It's like certain people, it ain't even worth business. Like I would never let him wear a Knick jersey. Like he one of them dudes. Like no. Money
talks, man. Money talks. Money talks. You know that.
Bro, the way, like, and that's kind of the way.
You know, that was his team, and they bought it.
Now you know it's funny because I'm like that too. Because you know De'Aaron Fox. He's killed us too, you know, on Twitter and a couple other, you know, times laughing at us. And I'm like, now that's one person where I'm like, I know he done talk junk, but I ain't gonna front. I wouldn't mind him wearing the Knicks jersey. But it's just somehow Spencer Dinwiddie, like personally, I would want to fight him, man. I would not want him on the Knicks, man. I would not want that dude on the Knicks.
That. Yeah. Spencer Dinwiddie. He nice. His game is nice, but yeah, he's rubbed me the wrong way when he's just trying to troll the Knicks, man. I'll have it.
Chris Childs was like that. Don't forget about Chris Childs. Yeah. He was a Brooklyn Net and he was trolling us, and we loved that cat, man. He came on us on board, and he was, you know, he came. We signed him. We loved him.
And he also, and that's funny. That's crazy. You gave me that because again, he also that's like when I was on OG Tone Crow Bumps and Bruises or Knicks and Bruises. Sorry, Tone. Knicks and Bruises show. That I meant to tell him too. That was one of my favorite Knick moments. Was the Chris Childs 2-piece on Kobe, 2-piece McNugget sandwich. That was one of my best. That was one of the best. That was one of my best Knick moments ever. Was it Chris Childs? That's crazy. I did not know Chris Childs played for the Nets. Wow. No, I did not know that. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's one of the yes, he did.
Dude, that's the time here on Knicks Real Talk.
Yes, sir. That's right. You
that's
get it here, man. Listen, we're gonna jump into this Eastern Conference thing, man. Listen, we number 7th. We run these next 3 games. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let me just make my understand. If the Knicks win these next 3 games, we in there. We in there. We know we 24-21. We done played the best competition there with a depleted roster. And if we go in there and win these next 3 games, get somebody at the break, no matter who it is, long they're gonna help the team. Knicks going into the second half after that trading deadline, we get in that 5th spot. We're gonna run up on somebody in the first round, beat them, and we're gonna play Brooklyn in the second. I'm calling it. So, well, real talk though. I'm looking at these man. Like I said, you know, you got the creme de la creme at the top. You got Brooklyn, Philly, And Milwaukee, now you got the Heat on the rise. They moving into the round by the 4th position now, so they're starting to catch their stride. Then you got Atlanta playing good ball. I mean, you got Boston still there. You know what I mean, and we there. But I think Atlanta about to go on that West Coast trip. They're about to go on a long West Coast trip, I think. And I just think that we in prime position to make some noise, man. I think we can get these next 3 games. I think we're gonna. If Derrick Rose come back Sunday, I got a feeling we can get the revenge game against Philly. I think we can pull that off. And if we can get that game against Philly, then we got Washington 2 times at the Garden. And like I said, if we played James Harden and Kyrie the way we played them, then we could play Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal the way we played them too. You know what I mean? So I think it gives us a good chance to maybe win these 3 games. You know what I mean? And I think we just get a little bit of firepower back by Sunday. And I think Rose will play Sunday, and if quickly get back. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I'm looking forward to this 3-game road trip. I think it's important, man, to keep us in the Eastern Conference standards, putting us up there, amongst the creme de la creme. And like I said, you know what? We get a player by the trade deadline. Let's say somebody in KD or Kyrie or Joel Embiid and them might up going down. You don't know what could happen. You know what I mean? So I just think we need to stay the course, stay up in at least that 5th or 6th spot, and just hope that when the season over, we right there. And then you know what? Time to put the soldiers to battle now. Tom Thibodeau strap it up and they going in the playoffs and try to make it happen, man. I think New York City gonna be on fire right now. I think we're in a good position with the way the organization done put it, the way Tom Thibodeau and the coaching staff got the boys playing. I mean, we next man up for sure, man. I mean, and that's amazing to see to me, being how depleted we are, and we still grinding. You know what I mean? I mean, we still coming to every game because we should have, like you said, we should have won them 2 games in Brooklyn. That Brooklyn and Philly game, we was a couple of shots away from winning both of them games. You know what I mean? One with the Brooklyn game, you think about RJ, Frank, Burke, and somebody else mixed a key three at the time. Now, that would have put us up like 7 points. That game was over. So that, and then to go into that Philly game and just losing that last minute, that just tell me, man, what they made of. So I think if we just go ahead and get these next 3 games going there 24-21 after the deadline, and everybody, once the deadline is over, everybody know where they're going. Everybody, their nerves done calm down. They're not worried about they're going to be with the Knicks or not. Now they can just focus on basketball, not worry about, am I going to be here the next day or this going to happen? And I think guys like Frank, when he went, even the prior couple of games, I think he was starting to feel that. And that's why he had that little 0-17 thing. He was like, man, am I getting traded? In his mind, young man like that, he don't know if he's going to be here. He's not going to be here. So he probably was waiting on them young guys, man. And even Obi is probably waiting on them. Like, they young and they in college, you wasn't getting traded. In the pros, you can get traded because it's a business. And I don't think they was ready for this stuff, man. So that might be weighing on their mind. But I'm hoping after the trading deadline, all the smoke done cleared. We know who's going to be with us. And we just go get it popping, man, and stay in that fifth race, that 5th spot in that Eastern Conference, or move up, and let's go to war, man. And BX, man, so what you think, man? How you think we're going to pan out? I know I think you talked about the 5th before.
Right. I talked about it that this team could easily be, dare I say, in the 3rd. If we were to hit our shots and competed, we got to be in the 3rd. But I think overall they're going to finish 5th because they have a tough West Coast trip at the end to close out the season. And that might drop them and keep them at the 5th. But I think they're going to flirt with the 4th and actually try to get that and lose out in that home court and be at the 5th seed. But real quick with Rudy, Julius Randle's having a monster. I was comparing him to 2011 Dirk Nowitzki when he won the title. And his numbers are way, way better. 23, he's averaging more assists than Dirk. They're averaging the same points a game. They're granted they're different players, and actually he's actually getting more better from the 3-point line, Julius Randle. And the only thing that Dirk Nowitzki had more on him was from the free throw. He's a much better free throw, and of course he gets to the line more. We go with a Julius Randle with that kind of playing like Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, history repeats itself. We're having a Dallas Mavericks type of run, for the Knicks. And these guys play defense, and defense wins championship in the playoffs. And these next 2 games are going to show. And these guys. They're going to relax. All right, I'm not going to be traded, and now they're going to start excelling. This is the team. This is the guys we're going to go in the foxhole with and battle and let's do it. And then the next few games, that's what happened with Frank. He probably was nervous. Remember, this kid is coming from another country, 18 years old, to another country, to a big market, And with all this expectation, to a franchise that is craving for a savior, and that was that's a lot for Frank, and he's done well. I personally not my cup of coffee player. I respect the fact that he plays a lot of defense. He's there. He's willing to learn. He's hungry. You see him at the with his teammates and coaches, and the teammates love Frank. I see that the teammates, they adore him. They pick him up, and whenever someone gets Frank, the first one to pick his team, and that's that camaraderie. They're a team. The Knicks is called a team. They're a team, and that's going to win winning basketball, and they're gonna continue to win basketball and thrive on that. And the next few games is going to show, and they're going to show the character. They already took the identity of their coach. That's already in there, and it's only going to get better. And when it's this conference, like you said, or B, a knee injury, who knows? It could be a lingering effect. That's going to hamper him through the playoffs or season. Load management. You could see the same thing with Kyrie. He might have a bad back or something, or KD. How healthy is he from this Achilles? How really healthy is he? How healthy is and then you're going to go in. You tell me you're going to play off with just Harden versus this team. We like our chances, because they hurt, So this team, as long as they don't play down to the last shots and beat the teams they need to beat, they're going to be a playoff team, and they're going to go and they're going to strive on that. And yeah, that's what. And I see they're going to continue to move up in the standings, and I think that said they're going to finish fifth. They're going to finish fifth as well, and they're going to flirt with fourth. They're going to tease us with the fourth seed, but they'll end up finish fifth.
Yeah. City, what you think, bro? Where you think we're going to be at?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with BX. I'll say around fifth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because, listen, man, our team gives us the 3 E's that we need: energy, effort, and guys are starting to get efficient. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not the whole team, but guys are starting to get efficient. Like, you know what I'm saying? And those are the 3 things that we lacked in the losses that we should have won, was the efficiency, the energy, and the effort. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was games that we came out dragging our tails, no energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not keeping our arms up on defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what took us down. Like, you know what I'm saying? We came into those games, I felt like, with the success that we had in the beginning of the season, I feel like some of those guys took that, like, you know what I'm saying, a little bit too seriously, to where they forgot that we not it yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can we get there? Yes. But right now, there's no need to come into, and I get it, the players, they say it all the time, like, well, like, we feel like we can win every game. And that's how you're supposed to feel, right? But when you look at how Vegas or anybody else wanted to look at us or whatever, they held us to a low standard. These guys look in the mirror and they see themselves as NBA players. They're not holding themselves to that low standard that everybody else is holding them to. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is the reason why a lot of the times they feel like, yes, we can beat anybody because we believe in ourselves. Who cares what these guys say? Like, we believe in ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? And that's the thing about this team. When you have that type of confidence in yourself, it shows and proves on the floor. Now, you might, like what we did, you might lose some, but you're going to win some. Like, you know what I'm saying? The main thing for us is we need to win the important ones that we know we supposed to win. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's the main thing. Like, when we lost that Sacramento game, right? I can guarantee you, any Knicks fan, everybody felt like that was a game that we should have won. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hands down, that was a game that we should have won. We clashed with Brooklyn. That was a game we could have won. Not saying that we should have won, but that was a game that we could have won. We just did not. We just had shots that didn't fall. Like, you know what I'm saying? and really that's all it is having the consistency of shots fall when they need to fall, and just staying in the thick of things, man. That's all we need to do. And I swear, man, I feel like this team will be we will be in the playoffs. We're gonna be happy. We're gonna be like, yo, listen, it'll be the first time in what? When was the last time we made the playoffs?
2013, I think it was. 13.
Yeah, I would say 13.
13, the Melo season, the 54-game Carmelo season, yes.
Yeah. So this is a big step, man. We just need to take it.
Yeah, you're right. Fact. Well, real quick, man. Slide out to man Camilio in the chat. Camilio, we see you, brother. What's good with you? Will, we see you, man. Salute to the chat, man. Thanks for popping in, y'all. With Knicks Real Talk, the night show, man. Your man Divine, I got City for Real, BX Jedi, who's the host of the show. And we also got the Detroit player, Prince the Bun, you know what it is. You got the brother in the building, man. And we just here cutting it up, talking some Nick on the night off, man. Just bringing y'all some dialogue and content, having fun, man, shooting the breeze. And just talking Knicks, man. That's what we do. We just gonna keep it popping and Gary Prince, man, hey, we in our Eastern Conference standing, brother. We close, man. What you think gonna happen going down the line, my brother?
That's a great segue, man. I know we was, especially with what I was on in the last little segment. I think if we make those couple of moves, that would put, I could see us being a strong third seed, because I don't think Boston is as tough as they really, set out to be. So I think, it might be another dark horse, and that's why I would think it would be us. But I think as who we are right now, like you said, and after these 3 games, if we can go 2-1 or 3-0, like you said, because so what are we, 2 games above 500?
Well, we 5 right now. We even.
No,
we 500 now.
We're even.
But I think we even. Okay. 21 and 21. So
with that, yeah, pushing a 3-game cushion, because like you said, it would be nice to start setting up some separation. Like you said, with our wins and losses, so that we don't have to feel like, oh damn, lose one. Oh, we got must win. Granted, all of them are must wins, but like you said, not to have that dark cloud over our heads, and to just be able to play basketball. It would feel good to get string up a couple good wins, and stretch that win column. But again, to answer your question, I think if we keep the roster pat with where we at, getting Derek back, getting Mitch back here soon, I could definitely see us, like you said, staying pat at 4, being a 4 or 5 seed, for the foreseeable future. But I hope, we can, I would love for us to make those trades, because, going from 4, realistically 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 3, I think that would set our trajectory as a team going forward. We would be on our way to the moon with that type of lineup, if we could bring in Zach LaVine, Lonzo, and maybe another player. That would definitely that would put us in very, very good standings. So
Yeah, man. That's real,
right.
man.
We have cap space, and we have mid-level exemptions. So remember, the waiver wire, just because the trade deadline passed, you also have the buyout market. And one thing good about the buyout market, you get players that want to play for you, not that because they got traded and they went in the trade. Now you got guys that they want, let me re-up with these cats here and this here. And if the Knicks do put out like a trade, look for those veterans that are ring chasing, that they can't fit on other teams. Then they may want to come play here and even boost up our roster and our bench even more. And that's a thing we got to look forward to and keep an eye out. And teams like Boston, they're fake. Boston is they're falling out. Raptors came out looking bad after the second half of the season. The only team that's hot right now is Atlanta, and because they did that coaching change. And usually when there's a coaching change, teams coming out hot for a while, and then they become up, and it is this West Coast trip. They have a gauntlet of West Coast team with they got the Clippers, they got the Lakers, and Atlanta's gonna come back down to earth. Even Miami, they're on the road and they're losing. They're coming back down to earth. And then now that's why we have to capitalize with the Indians games. We're winning at home, and going forward, and we're gonna keep an eye on that trading, that waiver wire as well. It's also going to be key and important, and all those veterans that have been bought out, and see what Thibodeau and the Knicks are doing in the organization, the direction, and say, you know what, let me come here on a prove it deal. They could use my skills, they could use my talent, and upgrade, and that's why it's looking good. And third, I don't know if third could be possible because you have Brooklyn, Philadelphia, and the Bucks. And those are the cream of the crop of the East right now, but we could play with those guys. That's why, that's why I said they're going to flirt with the fourth, because we could play with them, and we just got to start winning games. And I think that's what's going to happen there. And I think that's what's going to be with the next, with the future going forward. What do you think, City?
Well, on what?
With the trade deadline and all that, and coming up with the next few games that are crucial. What do you think on those, the next upcoming schedule with the Knicks coming up with all these teams that we could win, and leading up to the draft, and the players starting to relax that they're not going to go nowhere, or whoever's going to get traded gets traded, and this team to battle with.
Yeah, see, so it's like I said, man, I've always said that I feel like if anything is gonna happen, I think it's just gonna be in the off season. I could be wrong, but what I'm saying? Like, I don't see us making like a trade. I think with the way the team has played, I feel like the organization feels like these guys can win. Not saying that they can win the chip, but I feel like the organization feels like these guys can win. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the continuity of the team is the main thing that I feel like they're trying to build that culture on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if we do make a move, I just feel like it's going to be a off-season thing. Like, because listen, I don't think Zach is going anywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can hope for it, but Chicago's not. That's their best player. They're not trying to trade him. They in the thick of things, just like every other bottom team like us is in the thick of things. Like, you know what I'm saying? They might be a couple of steps behind, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they looking at the light at the end of the tunnel too. So we gotta remember that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then we gotta ask ourselves this. We just now starting to get good. And I've always and I've said this a lot of the times, we've just now started getting good. Now guys are finally starting to feel like, hey, you know what? If I was over there, I could make a difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we also got to take that with a grain of salt and say how many of these guys really want to come, because listen, when you throw in that orange and blue, it's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. You gotta have alligator skin. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, the media is gonna they're gonna milk you dry, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna milk you dry. You're gonna be sorry, and then you're gonna be turning around talking about, I don't know why I came here because I can't handle this pressure. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you already know. Well, we say pressure bust pipes, right?
Yeah, facts.
But,
yeah, man. You know what? We just got to keep grinding, man. And like I said, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, playing the way we playing. We 20, 21, and 21. We done won 21 games. Last year we won 21 games. We already won 21 games here. Last year we won 21. We making strides right now. We elevate, man. We just gotta keep doing what we're doing. Bringing that A game to the forefront every night, and and let the chips fall where they may. Knicks got a good team down here, man. They're not super uber talented, but they talented. You know what I mean? And they get some more talent that makes us even more talented. But I like what I'm seeing, man. I'm excited to be a Knicks fan, and especially after these last 3 games, the two losses showed me something. Even losing to the Nets and the Phillies showed me something. You know what I mean? So I was excited about that, man. The way we battled, we came and fought, played hard, left it all out there on the court. You know what I mean? And like you said, let the chips fall where they may. We did that. So we just got to keep moving, keep trusting what Tom Thibodeau gonna do. And like I said, they make a move at the front at the trading deadline. So be it. If they don't, we roll what we got. But I'm hoping they kind of put somebody there to give us a little bit more punch. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a talent league, and we in the talent league. Long as we get somebody, they're not giving up the farm right now. You know what I mean? Unless he worth the farm. You know what I mean? That's a whole different story if he worth the farm. But if we ain't gonna go at somebody who worth the farm, just make some real good complimentary moves that's to bolster the team a little bit. You know what I mean? And we go in there with the dogs that we got. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. Like I said, when Mitch get back, Derrick Rose get back, Alfred get back. I mean, you know, and you add a piece that's a good first step. Because I think we get through the first round, and if we get through the first round and we go into the second round, even with another complimentary piece, and we lose, that's when he's gonna set you up for the next year. You know what I mean? People say, okay, I watched the Knicks in the playoffs this year. They was killing them. They was getting it, and that's what we want. We just want to get that reputation where people know when we get to the playoffs, we a problem. And not saying we're gonna win it or not, but we get there. Our young players get to say, okay, you know what? I experienced the playoffs. Now I know what it is to be a NBA ball player in the playoffs. So going in the next year, they won't have that confidence. They even make us more better. But you know, whichever way the Knicks go, man, we just got to go get it popping now. You know what I mean? We just got to get it popping. You know, we got capital, we got draft picks, we got money. You know, we got expirings. You know, we can't be afraid to make a move as long as it don't hurt the team. You know what I mean? Go do what you got to do. You know, we've been waiting for this for a minute. You know what I mean? So but it's all good, man. We just got to keep this thing popping. And y'all, you know, salute to the chat. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. It's your man Divine, man. I'm in the building with City for Real, the Prince, BX Jedi. We just cut it up, man. Talking Knicks. Y'all know how we do. You know, it's a night off, no basketball. You know, so we just here cutting it up, man. You know, to bring the fans some content. That's all from a fan for the fan. Y'all know how we get down. But yeah, it's good, man. I appreciate all your brothers coming on tonight, man. You know what I mean? It's always good to see the brothers up in the building, man. You know, so we just gonna keep it popping, man, for real. And anybody got any last thoughts before we head out of here for the night, man? What's going on with you? Talk to me, City. Hey, City, you hear me, bro? You don't hear me. Prince.
Real quick. All right, real quick. I'm gonna give you a quick scoring update. Because the Celtics lost to the Kings, which benefits us here. Right now, the Orlando Magic are up by 6 points over the Nets right now, and that's in the fourth quarter. And you have the Jazz are up on the Raptors, 80-77. That game is here in Tampa. You got the Indiana Pacers up 108-195 to the Heat. And the Nuggets are trailing. The Bulls are actually up 55-47 at halftime. So those are the teams that we're chasing, and we're a little scoreboard watching, a little update, and we'll see that we're in Boston. I told you, I spoke it earlier. Boston is in shambles. Where I don't see Brad Stevens coming back. He's going to get that Indiana State job, and I can see that they're going to be changing. The fans don't like him, and I can see them going down and. I can see them going 7th, 8th, and going a little spiral as a team if they don't make a trade there. We've been talking about that, and we're keeping the temperature on the other teams that we're watching around us. And closing, we hopefully tomorrow in shoot around we get some good news that Mitch Robinson will play, hopefully, and Derrick Rose. See them shoot around. We'll get hopefully the wires and all the Knicks social media let us know that they're gonna play, and we'll go into a Sunday morning feeling giddy. We're knowing that our reinforcements come back and our floor general comes back in here, and we'll start getting good, get this W. What do you think, Prince?
Oh man, like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to us pulling off a W. It would be love so that we can, like I said, start stretching this league. As you brothers was talking earlier, I was looking at our schedule. I see we play the Pistons April 3rd. So I think I might try to be in the building for that. Yeah, so I was over here looking at tickets. So I think I'm gonna go up there. I'm like I need to go ahead and put that day in at work so I can get that off. I think it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday game. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, that's a Sunday game. So yeah, I think I might have to I think I'm going to that game. Y'all hearing it? I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make that happen because they won't be close for a minute. They won't be close again, and that's gonna be a pivotal game right there. Even if it is against the Pistons, but With that being said, man, just look forward to these Knicks, man, and seeing how we gel going forward. Like I said, we're gonna be sitting on pins and needles for these next couple of days. But I think the Knicks, they're gonna do whatever fits and whatever makes sense. Like we said, I don't think they're gonna press issues. Although I would like them to on one particular scenario, but you know what I'm saying,
You already know.
like City State.
We know it.
Yeah, we stay pat. If we stay pat, it wouldn't be bad. But we just know that this team is not going to look like this next year. So, with that being said, it's like, if any time you are not necessarily saying blow it up, but if you're going to add pieces, I think it would be pivotal to do it now, especially with, Mitch. And if we get Mitch and Derek back this week, if you make the trade for whoever it is, that would give them the next couple of games to all get accoladed and, us to really hit a stretch, because I was looking at that gauntlet that we got called a schedule. And I'm like, man, what the heck did we do to the NBA to deserve that, brother?
Right.
Like, that's
right.
a schedule.
Right.
Whoa, boy. I'm like, oh my God, do we ever get a break? Like, it was like every game, it was like, let me see. It's like a heavyweight, if y'all don't mind me looking at it.
No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Yeah, we good.
Pull it up.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I got it in front too.
Oh, you got, okay. Yeah, it tripped me out. I'm like, oh, whoa. I was like, we shouldn't be playing that many good teams.
Right. They
Yeah,
loaded up.
we got the Bucks. We got the Bucks and the Heat back. 2 games in a row. That's those are defensive grinders. And then we take a little break. We get the Timberwolves, but then we get that Kristaps Porzingis game. We get to see him coming up on the second.
Yeah, I see. Yep, I see that.
We're gonna be pumped for that. Huh.
That's gonna be actually on TV.
And then we play correct. And then we play your home Pistons on a back-to-back. That's gonna be pretty crazy. We got that going on, and then we come back home. We come back home. We say home because Brooklyn is our home pretty much.
Right.
We play Brooklyn, and we guys are in our division. Yeah, and then we got the Grizzlies. John Morant ain't gonna be no picnic there. That's a tough team. And you got the Raptors. Then you got the Lakers coming into New York. And then we go see Zion, and we got the Mavericks, the Pelicans, the Hornets. These are tough teams. There's not really that much of a breather. Maybe 1 or 2 there to keep us. But but cream rise to the top. So when we want to be cream, we're going to have to rise to the top. And I think we're going to rise to the top because I think this team is cream. Excellent. I believe it. And thanks, Frank. Thanks for hitting that like and supporting us. I appreciate it. And and I see that's how we're going to that we have one of the 4th toughest schedule in the NBA this year in the second half.
Maybe that's a good thing, because again, maybe we sneak into the playoffs at a 6 or 7 seed. We still get that lottery pick like we talking about, and you know what I'm saying. We might get lucky this year, and we be that Cinderella that get the 3rd pick or the 2nd pick, and we was 10th seed, the last one to make it into the lottery or something. This might be our year, because this is a gauntlet that we got to go through. But like I said, it's a good thing because, again, it only sharpens us up and gets us ready for this playoff push. Because, again, if we can go through these next 30 games, 18-12, 16-14, you know what I'm saying? We can pull off something like that. I think we'll be a very dangerous team in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I think that's going to be a good measuring stick for us to see what type of team will be in the playoff, because all of these teams we're playing on this 30-game stretch are playoff teams. So, that'll show us. If we fall off, we know we're not ready for the playoffs. If we push, we might have a very dangerous team in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah, City for real. What up, brother? Go ahead. What you
think,
man?
To Edward Vargas. Edward, thank you for tuning in.
The schedule that they gave us, guess what? With the schedule that they gave us, if we make it, we earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We earned it. And so with that being said, let's earn it. Let's get in there.
Right.
All right, yeah, let's get it in.
We definitely got to earn it. You ain't never lied, City.
Correct.
Yeah, real quick. Salute to Frank. Frank Matos, I see you in the chat. Edward Vargas, man. Are Knicks deep enough to be a good playoff run? You know, E. Edwards, I just think we need a player to be a deep runner. I think we need another player to be a deep runner. I think we get into the playoffs. I said at the beginning of the season, the Knicks is a 500 ball club. I'm sticking to my guns. We good. We good. New York is good. Tom Thibodeau going to have these boys in the playoffs. You better believe that. Because I just think, just like we got a tough schedule, a lot of the other teams got tough schedule too. You know, they're going to fall too. You know what I mean? But I think the players is already set to me. I think just about who's there now going to be the ones that are going to be in there. I think that 1 to 8 that's there now, I think that might be the 8 teams that's going to, you know.
Yeah, if you, like I said earlier in the season, Frank has been showing up, so I don't know about Frank as much, but I had said Frank and Knox would be like the red shirt guys because again, you got cats who are expendable. You got your Iggy Brazingas, you got your Elfrid Paytons, you got your Austin Rivers. So again, there's 3-4 spots that definitely can be, filled up where. And even to it, because again, if you like we had talked earlier, and I think we had said, DX, you had said something about you felt like it might be redundant if we brought in Terrence Ross and Oladipo, which to a degree it is for the long haul. But again, I think if that scenario happened, 1 or 2 of the guards are out of here. Elfrid Payton, Burks, and who else will be the other odd man out? Payton and Austin Rivers. So 2 of the 3 of them, I think in that scenario, 2 of the 3 of them would be out of here. You would have to get rid of 2 or 3 of them if you would bring in Terrence Ross and Oladipo.
You know what? But I think the Terrence Ross thing is so achievable. Because here's why. Like BX Jetty, he down in Orlando. He covered a lot of ground in Orlando. So I know BX Jetty know. Austin Rivers is from Orlando. He live in Orlando. You know what I mean? You get Austin Rivers, and I would love to. You know what? I don't want to give up on no young player, but if you're not going to play, you're going to have to. And Knox is from Tampa. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could see Austin Rivers Knox in a second or something like that, a couple of seconds for Terrence Ross. I just think that's so. And now you got that second.
I don't think you would even have to give that up though, huh?
Not
that much. No.
I think, like you said, like you said, I think it's definitely some truth to. Do I really believe, like you said, Knox is happy sitting? No, but you got to understand and respect where your skill set is, Knox. So again, if you a man and you accountable for your actions, and his family the same difference. And I'm a fan. I'm a super fan. So still, we need to see it. So again, if you can do these things that you feel like you need to do, or you can do them in the game, and then make Tom Thibodeau, or make the team make the decision. Because I think he's happy with taking a ride right now. I mean, I would. You might as well make your little $7 million. You got another $7 million coming next year, and you deal with it after next year. But I think, like you said, I don't think Orlando would warrant that much for him. You know what I'm saying? I think now if they would send Mo Bamba, I think if they wanted to add Mo Bamba in the deal, I think then you might see a Kevin Knox, and you know what I'm saying, you might see a little bit more.
And he can have Bamba. Bamba's up for the taking. He's out for rotation in Orlando. He's not he's not in favor with Clifford. He doesn't kind of fit. They got Birch and they have Vucevic, and they're the front end. They want a first round pick for Aaron Gordon. They want a first round pick and a young up and coming star. They're not taking anything less than that. So that their price range is getting a little rich. Like Orlando don't like trading with New York.
If I could, in that 3-team trade, if you dang Unc, I know you was about to close the doors on us. In that 3-team trade, if we could somehow end up where we came back with Bamba, Ross, and or Oladipo, or Bamba and Oladipo, that would be a good consolation. But like my man asked in the chat, I think with the right the right set of players, yes, we have the depth. If you bring in Lonzo to play point, even though he doesn't have playoff experience, you bring in Levine to shore up the 2-guard position. Let RJ play the 3, or put Levine at the 3, however Tom wants to do it. Then you got Julius at the 4, Mitch at the 5, and then that second unit solidified. You got Derrick Rose, you got Bullocks, you got Burks, you got see now then that's where I said I wouldn't mind bringing Thaddeus, because again Thad could play with that second unit. He could be that second unit anchor. Yep, Thad, and then you got New Orleans, then you got, you know what I'm saying?
That's a juggernaut right there, though. That's a juggernaut, bro.
And then you got Frank. You got Frank Knox.
He could pass. He passes good too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got Frank Knox and Quickly. That's a 13-man roster right there.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a juggernaut.
And you could,
right
and honestly, I still think they maybe trade Burks. So really, that'll put us at 12-man roster. So that still would have Frank and Knox as the 2 odd men out. With losing Obi in the trade.
Correct.
That would be a hell of a lineup. That would be that would be a very good. I wouldn't mind rolling that lineup out in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. That'd be a team. That team would be hard to beat for the simple reason. The team already plays good defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exceptional.
And Julius Randle giving you what he giving you on the regular, or they giving you his 20 on the regular. Zach LaVine giving you his 25 on the regular. That's ridiculous, bro.
Then you got Lonzo contributing all the assists.
Oh my God.
Yeah, then you got Lonzo contributing all the assists, and then him sneaking out in transition, and you know what I'm saying? Just imagine the transition game with them boys.
Yes.
Like
him, RJ.
That's why I want Lonzo Ball here. That's why I want him here, because if he needs
to answer that question
game,
right now, no, we don't have the true depth. But a couple acquisitions, and yes, we would have the depth to make a serious playoff push. Because those 3 players, Ball, Thaddeus, and if, like you said, if you can bring in Mo Bamba just as like a two, like one of them 2-way deal type of players, bring him in with the 2-way deal, and you got Thaddeus backing up Julius, and then you got Levine adding up to the starting lineup, that would be a hell of a lineup. And then, you would let Quickly, Knox, and Frank get that playoff experience so that next year when we would have to rely on them even more, you know what I'm saying? Like now Knox is more mature, Quickly is more mature, Frank more confident. That would be a hell of a team. And I think, how old is that? Like 30? I think Thaddeus is like 30.
Yeah. Hey, real quick. Frank Matto said Frank, Knox, the Dallas 21st for Ball. Now I'm gonna tell you, I like the trade, but I think by 2023 the Knicks gonna be good.
Yeah,
I might give them our pick and hold on.
Yeah.
Because I think by 2023, good trade, Frank. Frank Matos. I like the trade though, but I might say give up our pick. I think by 2023 we contenders. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say, and I wouldn't go out on a limb and say that I don't think all of them 3 players is better than Ball, but I just think that would be giving up a lot. I think, you know what I'm saying? Even though I think Frank Knox and a player, I think we giving up a lot.
No, he just said Frank and Knox.
He said Frank and Knox for Ball?
Yeah, and the 2023 first.
And the pick. I would do it. I would do it because I would do it.
The pick?
Yes. Because you're unlocking what we talking.
And you know what? And I ain't even gonna say my baby Knox. I'm gonna say Frank would be the deal breaker in that deal to me. Because I would love to see Lonzo and Frank on the court together. That's what I want to see.
So Frank, you probably have
be a good defensive tandem.
So would you go who we said Knox and another player in the 2023? Like
Rivers, Knox and Rivers, and Knox
something
and
like
Burks.
that, or I mean, don't get me wrong.
No. It's gotta be Peyton Knox, 2023 pick. Maybe you might have to throw right to swap pick in one of the years with them. Unprotected right to swap pick with the Pelicans, something like that.
I would do that for Levine. I ain't doing that for Ball though, because again, I think same thing with Ball.
You got to. We need a general guard finally.
We do, but
why
we need a generational point guard
give up
finally.
all of that when we can get Ball in the offseason?
And that's my rebuttal.
With the offseason, we're not gonna sign him. We can't sign him with the restriction.
Well, let's think about it. No,
but we're end up gonna give him a pick anyway.
We have 18 million right now in cap pay. So if we don't spend that right now, we'll have that going into next year. So again, Ball would, like, when you think about it, if you look at the landscape, I remember we was doing this with Julius Randle. If you look at the landscape and you think about what teams need a point guard, where does Lonzo truly fit and who would have the money to pay him? Because again, this dude wants to get paid like 13 to 15 million. Like that's the market that he wants, 13, 15 type of million. So my thing is like, how many teams are really looking for a service? We know who it is. The Clippers, the Bulls, us, and I think it was another like dark horse team. There's not his market is not that big. You know what I'm saying? So again, he truly can choose where he wants to go. It's not like, you know what I'm saying, like wherever Lonzo wants to go, that's where Lonzo is going to go. So that's why I say, like,
he's not unrestricted. He's restricted.
Right, but he's restricted now. But
he's
next
restricted
year, what you saying, BX?
I needed to get him. I think we need to get him while he's available. I don't want to take my chances. I think he's a $20 million point guard because he's going to elevate the team.
I'm scared of freaking what's the name fleecing us, bro. That's what I'm scared of. We know David Griffin is a fleece.
David Griffin has a history. Bro, right. But
I don't getting in a trade with him, sending that dude Knox and fucking 3 picks and all that shit. Like, I don't even want to have that. Like, I don't
think you have to worry about that though. Scott Perry's been fleecing, bro. Right. So I think we good there. You know what? I mean, Lonzo Ball. If you could get Lonzo Ball now, just because you can, I think you go get him. And even to me, we're gonna have a glue at the point guard. I would just send Alfred Payton back to New Orleans because he's from his family's in New Orleans, his wife is in New Orleans. So you do the Alfred Payton.
You'll release him.
Yeah. Alfred Payton in the pick and whatever. But if you bring Lonzo Ball in that starting unit with the Knicks,
they can have Mitch too. They can have Mitch. Send us Jackson Hayes. Send us Jackson Hayes. We'll send you Mitch, Alfred Payton. Send us Jackson Hayes and Lonzo Ball. And I send you a first rounder.
They're gonna want to give us Steven Adams. They want to get rid of Steven Adams as well.
I want Jackson Hayes.
That's why they're losing Ball because they have too much money.
I want Jackson Hayes.
Of course. So who wouldn't?
They could keep Steven Adams.
But I don't think I know that. But they want to get rid of Steven Adams, so they're gonna want to force him on that to us. Unfortunately, I want Hayes.
Hey, I wanted Hayes in the draft. That's why I wanted. My trade scenario was this. I told people in Sim Chat, and I don't know, City, you might remember, but my trade scenario in the RJ draft was I wanted us to get either first or second, but I didn't want Ja or Zion. I wanted us to trade down. We could have picked up Jackson Hayes and RJ, or we could have picked up Jackson Hayes and Cam, or one of those other guys. But I wanted Jackson Hayes worse than any of the other cats.
Yeah. So it's good. That's why I think we got to go get him, because I think if you can get him, you know what? I would rather take him and JJ Redick. Right. Him and JJ Redick. Because JJ Redick on inspiring, that brother can launch that 3 ball like no other. You know what I'm saying? He got that gritty personality. JJ Redick got that New York type of mentality too. He's one of them cats. He's a hard player. You know what I mean? He don't take no. So I like JJ Redick. Even when he was down, I couldn't stand him when he was at Duke, obviously, because I'm a Tar Heel fan. But when he was down at Duke, I couldn't stand the joke. You know what I mean? But
he lives in Brooklyn.
Right. He lives. So I can see him in that Lonzo deal, and not think about it. JJ Redick and Emmanuel quickly shooting that 3 ball in the Knicks backcourt. Come on, man. that would be.
That's coming
It's
off
a
the
much
bench, though,
improvement.
right?
It's an improvement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. I like a lot of stuff that's out there.
That's off the bench. Yes.
It's gonna be fire, man. The next week gonna be crazy. We all gonna be, like I said, Knicks March Madness, brother. You already know it's gonna be crazy because everybody gonna be wondering what's going down. We all gonna be on our, and I know I'm gonna keep my shit wide open, find out what's gonna pop off because I just got a feeling we're gonna do something. I think Scott Perry and them say, you know what? I'm looking at the way these guys are playing. They deserve to be in the playoffs. I think the Knicks organization feel like, you know what? The way these guys out there competing every night with what they got, they right there. We might as well keep them there. You know what I mean? So I just do think we're gonna do something. What it is, I couldn't tell you. I don't, but I think they're gonna do something. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna do something to try to make sure that we get in that playoff run. Because think about it, you get in the playoffs. Not only is it good for the fans, then James Dolan make money. Because now people come. You know what I mean? So it's a business move too. To get to the playoffs, you get more revenue. You get TV sharing. You get to get the fans in the arena buying your popcorn, buying your candy, buying your beers, parking tickets. So they making money too. You know what I mean? So I think they all for that. They like, well, listen, man, we get in the playoffs. We got fans in the arena. MSG making some money. Knicks fan feeling good. It'll be popping out there. So I hopefully that's what we do, man. We go in there and do something. But like I said, long as it's not to the detriment of the team, it don't kill us per se. Unless the player we bring in, like the Prince say, like if it's a Zach LaVine, then that's a different story. But if we can't get the Zach LaVines and we go get them other guys, just make sure we make the right move and don't and keep ourselves with fluctuation and flexibility and able to say in the off season, like City said, you know what, we brought a player in a nice second year player. He got us to the player. We made noise. Now we still got that cap space. Now let's go out here and see if Kawhi Leonard gonna want out. Let's see if this guy gonna want out, or see if somebody gets disgruntled. They want to go somewhere else. And next thing you know, we good. By 2023, that pick don't mean nothing because we'd be contenders. It'd be a 30th pick. You know what I mean? So I hope, hopefully we play it right but because I could see the way things going out. And if LA Clippers don't win that this year and LeBron them beat them boys of the year, you'll never know what Kawhi Leonard might think. You know what I mean? He may think the team ain't good enough. You know what I mean? And they kind of cap strapped in a way until they will and deal something. I guess they get Lou Williams off the books probably or something like that. Because I think losing Montrezl Harrell was almost like losing Charles Oakley. You know what I mean? That gritty, tough dude, that Prince that you always say that the Knicks need, that gritty type dude. But that's what's happening with the Clippers. Mm-hmm. When they lost Montrezl Harrell, to me, they lost their tough.
They lost their
edge. Because it was him and Patrick Beverly was that edge. You know what I mean? Them two gritty jokers that whatever. And I think
they lost Trez, they lost their heart.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Exactly. They lost Trez, they lost their heart. And he right next door in the same arena playing against the team on the other team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. No. So we gotta see, man. So we maintain our flexibility, keep it right. And like I said, we can get somebody right now before the trading deadline with a little bit of cash space we got, and it comes off the books at the end of the year. We got $50 million or whatever to go out here and bring a max player in if we have to, or if we don't bring a max player, you bring a Levine and another player in. They might not cost you the max. Now you can get two good 25 million a year players or one and start feeding the roster with veteran that's going to help the ball club. Knicks would be they'd be in the house though. I think they will, man. So I'm looking forward to all that, man, coming up, man. And like Frank said, Ball, RJ, the Claw, Randall, and Mitch, man, come on. City, come on. What? Yeah, that would be something. Yeah, that would. You Claw and Julius Randle and RJ.
Yeah, that'd be ugly.
Right. And you still got Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, whoever in the three, Reggie Bullock. Bring Reggie Bullock at the three. And if Obi there or Obi now, you replace Obi's spot with somebody and get Nerlens Noel, Nick's gonna be a problem because I'm serious. That'd be interesting. And believe it or not, in that fourth fight, you know what I do? I instead of Obi, I'd go get Melo on the low. Bring Melo at the backup four behind that team with the Claw in them. Come on, man. and Melo playing good in Portland.
Yeah, because you're gonna need a veteran scoring. Yeah,
yeah. He was second. Yo, man,
you need that veteran scoring from punch. Yeah, absolutely.
Derrick Rose quickly, Bullock, Carmelo, and Nerlens Noel. Man, come on. That you cannot tell me that ain't a nice team. So it's a sight where
that'd be crazy.
It would, man. That'd be crazy. So we look at we
would probably be the best defensive team in the league.
Oh my goodness. What? Yo, the Claw.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
The Claw and Mitchell Robinson. Come on now. RJ Barrett and the Claw and if it's Lonzo.
You could give low management games with that.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah, it'll be on and popping, and that's why I think we that close. I think we closer than people think we are. BX. I think that people be closer than people think we are, man. I really do. Yep.
Oh yeah, this year. That's why this year is the building year, a building block year. It's the building and thrive and start building it. It's a foundation is laid, and now we got to build on the foundation. That's what this year is all about. We got the coaching staff, we have the front office, we have good scouting, we have all that positivity, and we're gonna build it. You know, Rome ain't building one day, but we're getting close on it. We're getting close on it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I call Knicks a New York City skyscraper. Our team, we done laid the cement. Like you said, we about to build this skyscraper right now. We laid the foundation. We done poured this, now it's time to put them beams in the ground. We already put the beams in the ground. Let's pour that foundation. Right. And then next thing you know, we put that cement, put them windows in. And next thing you know, that skyscraper. New York Knicks basketball team, man. So I'm excited about it, man. I really am, man. I'm really excited. And I like to fire the chat tonight too, man. People checking in. And I like where we're going with this, brother. You know what I mean? And BX, we just going to keep building the thing. And then we're going to get it popping. You know what I mean? We're going to get it popping. It really is. I'm excited about it.
Absolutely.
Great show tonight. Yeah, man. Great show tonight. Mm-hmm. So you got a day off tomorrow.
I want to thank everybody. Absolutely. I want to thank everybody in the chat. Camilio, Frank, Edward, all the chats and all the response. We appreciate it. All the feedback. We appreciate everything, and we answer your questions as much as possible. Give our opinion, our thoughts, and you have a voice here. Write it there. We'll shout you out, and we'll read it, and we'll comment, and we'll give you our thoughts. But I want to go back to, I saw he mentioned about Austin Rivers. I know I Austin Rivers won't get traded. He'd probably be part of a package, maybe, but if not, I don't think he'll get traded. Like I said, his wife is having a difficulty pregnancy, and that's a distraction off the court, and it showed in his play. And sometimes his head wasn't in it, and he's been out on paternity leave, and I don't think the baby has been born yet. And he's still,
he did.
having difficulty. It went through. Okay.
Yeah, I think the picture of it on. They actually was on Bleacher Report. Yep. Yeah, well, he named Rain.
On Bleacher Report, good.
Yeah, Rain Rivers.
Oh, congratulations to the Rivers family. Rivers family with their grandchild, a good family. Like I told you, they're a very nice family. We know, I know them a little personally, as well as my wife interact with Doc and her job and all, and they're very nice people. And I think he might get. Remember, Tibbs has been around Rivers since he's a child, so it's like an uncle. So. That's why he's handled it like a pro, and he knows what's going on, and that's probably why Tibbs didn't play him, because he's probably you got a distraction. We're gonna sit you ride the Pioneer, make your $8 million, and and when you're ready to play and you get your head in there, my system, because it's pretty much running the same system almost as what Doc run, and that's why I wanted to answer that to the young man in the chat, to Camilio,
absolutely.
And that's why he's not going to, I don't think they'll trade him unless if they're going to sweeten the deal, sweeten the pie in the deal. And maybe he says, hey, trade me back to Orlando. I want to go back to Winter Park. I want to go back home, to Winter Park so the baby can get acclimated with my wife, something, something familiar to me. And maybe he'll come into Orlando as a deal, as, to bring in those players. But other than that, I think I could see him stay there. He threw a lot of roses at the Knicks in the beginning of the season. How much he loved this team. He was excited. He was part of it. And then this happened. And the media is not going to report every little detail about it. That's why that's out there. And that's why he's distracted. No matter how much we want to try, and we're not professionals, it affects us at work sometimes when we have issues, when we have it's life. When we have life issues, it distracts us. And these guys are ball players, and they go through life issues as well as all of us. So we have to keep that in mind as well. And that's what I think what's happening with Rivers is exactly what's going on with that.
That's real right there, man. We're gonna get about to get up out of here, man. Yo, salute to the chat, man. I love you fellas. Frank, Camilio, all you guys, man. Salute to the chat. I appreciate you cats dropping in. And keep on hitting them like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Knicks Real Talk from the fans for the fans. This is a fan show, we fans, so this is what it do, you know what I mean? And it's always a pleasure getting on, cutting up dialogue, man. And I believe my co-host here, Jedi 76, and the brother from always a brother, my man City for Real, always in the building, checking in across the country. We in here, man. You can catch us on here on every night there's not a Knicks game, we on here, man. Y'all just follow the channel. You see when the notifications come through when I'm dropping something on. And me and BX will bring it to you, man, all the time, every time, man. And salute to the panel. City for Real, always appreciate you coming on, brother. The door is always open. Prince Devon, I appreciate you coming on. And we can cut it up afterwards, but I'm gonna get it here and bring the theme up in here, man, before we can get this thing out of here. Salute to the chat. Listen, everybody be safe. And we just got to keep this thing going, man.
We're checked in the building.
Yeah. Salute to Stephanie. What up, Steph? What up, Queen? NBK fam in the building. Yeah, we've been on for a minute. Peace, Allah wide, man. I see you, brother. Peace. Yeah, man. We just was here cutting up some content for the night, man. Great show. We trying to get it, man. This Knicks fan, this show from a fan for the fans. And we love doing this thing here, man. Like I said, salute to everybody out there. Y'all know the deal, man. COVID-19 is still in effect. Wear a mask, man. Social distance, wash your hands, respect one another, stay safe, and all that good stuff. And first and foremost, protect yourselves. And I agree, Steph. Lonzo was the deal. Hey, Frank, yeah, Steph, we definitely want Lonzo up in here. I mean, we got to keep pushing for that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So we got to keep pushing for that. But it's good, man. I'm excited, man. I think 21-21. Get ready to go. Got 3 more games on a homestand. We can find a way to to get these next 3 games, man, and which I think is very possible. With a couple of the soldiers coming back, we keep battling, man, until we get to the playoffs. And that's where the war starts. You know what I mean? But we just got to keep doing it, keep grinding, and and let the chip fall where they may, man. New York, after what I've seen these last 3 games, I am truly satisfied with the organization and the coaching staff and the players and where we at as a team. We sitting there, man, 21 done won the same amount of games that we won last year, and we still got 30-something to go. So we just got to keep grinding it out. We got a tough schedule. Y'all know what it is, man. But next man up, we don't back down for nobody. This New York Knicks, that's the gritty committee. We ain't backing down. We getting down. We coming to play. You know what I mean? And we just got to hold it down, man. Hold it down for the Knicks fans. And we going to keep bringing y'all this content. Knicks Real Talk, the night show. That's your man Divine. I got City for Real. I got Prince the Bunny here and my co-host now, as y'all know, man. Welcome to the family, BX Jetty. We just gonna be doing this thing, man. Build this platform to make sure that we can give y'all all the content y'all can have and be proud of what we're trying to give to the Knicks fans. And y'all know if you can't get it here, that go down there and check out my man Sim on NBK with the powerful family down there. All the people who got these streams out here, man. Support the Knicks, man. It's real. And so salute to everybody. I wish I could stay all night, but we do got to get out of here. And I'll see y'all, Sunday morning, the morning show. We'll be on Knicks versus Philadelphia 76 at the world most famous arena. We're going to be on there that morning, man. 7:30, as you know what I do. That's the morning show, man. And then we get into some Knicks basketball and we get ready to cut it up, man. And I'm excited about it. And I'm ready to go, man. BX, man, give me some last thoughts, man, before we get up out of here.
Yeah, man, check us out. Keep giving us that like and subscription, and we appreciate you guys listening in and tuning in and listening this voice and having a platform to voice our love for the Knicks and listen to you guys voice your opinion and your love for the Knicks as well. That's why we're here, and that's why we enjoy this talk, and we appreciate everything. We want you to continue going along. Listen to us when we're not able to. Hit that subscribe so when you hear us, and we support all the programs. We support them, and we want to bring good content and bring stuff to the forefront. and we appreciate it. And thank you guys for having me. Thank you for spending your Friday out there listening to us, and Friday evening, and hopefully entertain you, and hopefully we brought a smile to your face. That's why we're here, to bring you guys joy and speak about the team that we love, the New York Knicks. And we appreciate it, and thank you all you guys. And when hopefully we'll bring you some more content. I'm contemplating. I'm coming up with a UFC pre-fight in my. We'll see. I'll make the notifications out. I'll think about it. I want to see. I bring my boys on board of it. But yeah, but anything. Thank you a lot for the support. That's why we're here, and we really appreciate it. And everybody have a blessed night and stay classy. And thank you from BX.
Yeah, City, close us out, my brother.
Oh, shout out to you, man. Shout out to BX. Shout out to everybody watching. Prince, Steph, everybody down there in the chats and comments. We see you. We like it. You love it. And let's go Knicks. We just need those 3 E's that I was talking about, man. Energy, effort, and efficiency, and we will be okay on Sunday.
Yeah. Salute to everybody. Knicks Real Talk, man. It's your man Divine. We about to sign up out of here. And you know the deal, man. We're going to get it popping. Salute to everybody out there. New York Knicks, y'all hold it down. Stay safe out there. You know what I mean? COVID-19 in effect. Mask up. Do your thing, man. And take care of yourselves. Let's get it popping right now. Knicks Real Talk, y'all. It's the night show. We out. Yeah, yo, let's get it. Yeah. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. It's the night show. We on prime time. 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 Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Knicks Real Talk. Yo, salute to everybody out there. Peace, man. We catch y'all in the next episode. Knicks Real Talk. The night show, we out, man. One love to everybody. Peace.